Offer you one of these, take with you?
No, when I get 9 abortions, the 10th one's free.
Okay. So, are you saying you're a murderer at heart?
Yep.
You know Jesus can set you free from that.
Jesus was a socialist.
Okay. But he can still set you free from your sin. He doesn't like murdering people, do you?
Jesus liked whipping politicians.
I know, I agree. Especially ones that keep abortion legal like Trump and Stitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about people who keep abortion legal?
I think that bodily autonomy is the ultimate right, respecting what people want to do with their own bodies.
What about that baby's body?
Are you an organ donor?
What about that baby's
Are you
body?
an organ donor?
What about the baby's body?
Are you an organ
No,
donor?
what about the baby's body?
Well, if someone requires another life to live, are you an organ donor?
No.
I'm an organ donor.
Okay, so you're not an organ donor.
No.
So you don't believe in saving lives,
I do.
but you're not an organ donor.
Right.
So you don't believe in saving lives.
I do.
You're not in practice
How so?
because you're not an organ donor.
So what?
What's going to happen to all the people who don't get to live by not having access to your body?
They might have to find another outcome.
There you go.
You realize that everybody dies, right?
Yeah, everybody does that.
Okay. However, sometimes people die through the deliberate action of somebody else, right? Like murder.
Well, you're right, but the deliberate action of not being an organ donor.
Right. Well, that wouldn't be a deliberate action. That would be a neglectful action.
That's an active choice. You are
That would be a
making
neglectful
choice.
act, yeah.
You are making a choice that you will
Right.
not save lives with your own.
Actually, it's based on something else.
Are you
'Cause-
not? Are you have HIV? Are you not legally allowed to be an organ donor?
No, I don't believe in the medical establishment's trustworthiness to not murder me in my sleep.
Your lack of belief in the medical establishment's trustworthiness does not exclude you from when you do everything you possibly can to save as many lives as possible. When you pass away, your organs are going to go to waste. Your heart, your liver,
Okay.
your kidneys, your lungs, your eyes, every part of your body can go on to save another human being, could go on to save
Could.
another life. And
Maybe.
you are actively choosing
Right.
to let those people die.
Well, I'm not that.
By taking away your body, which you have the full and complete legal right
Right,
to do.
right.
You have the full complete legal right.
So why are you mad at me for
over
my
who
autonomy?
gets to use your body?
I made an autonomous choice.
Right, exactly.
Is that bad?
No, it's
No,
not.
it's okay.
It's okay.
What about this baby's autonomous choice?
It doesn't have an autonomous choice.
Oh, because somebody took it away from him, right?
It's just like you're taking away.
someone took it away.
So
it's okay to take people away, right?
That baby gets to say it gets to use my organs. That baby gets to
Well,
say
did you
it
put him
gets to
there?
use my body.
Did you put him there?
No, I didn't put him there.
Oh, who put him there?
I assume a sperm did.
Okay.
I assume a man
Like
did.
from the man that you welcomed into your sexual activity?
They're not always welcome.
Okay. They're not always welcome?
No.
All right. So so you think that abortion for rape is the only acceptable?
No, I think
you think that all abortions
I
are
think
fine?
that people have complete control over who uses their body.
Okay, what about
Just
the
like
baby?
you have complete control over who uses your
Does
body.
the baby have complete
You-
control?
No, because
Why not?
Because
It's his body. It's not yours.
That is his body using somebody else's. As
Okay.
you do not want your body
mother
to
also
be
uses
as you
his
do
body.
not want your body to be used.
Right.
You cannot ask other people to give up their bodies to
But
be
you think
used.
it's okay for me? You think it's okay to do that, right? So
To what? To give
to
up your
exercise
body.
autonomy.
To give up your body. I do.
Right.
You have the full right
Right.
to do that.
So why are you criticizing
But then
me?
I'm not criticizing.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
pointing
so you
out
think it's okay
hypocrisy.
then? So it's fine.
You're hypocritical.
Is hypocritical bad?
Yes, it is.
How do you
Being
know?
hypocritical is bad.
How do you know?
Because why would you call upon others to do something you are not willing to do yourself?
No, make an argument.
That is against the teachings of Jesus.
That's a rhetorical. So are the teachings of Jesus authoritative?
You believe they are. Didn't you just say that Jesus can cure me of my sins?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I should turn to Jesus. I should turn
You should.
to God.
Yes.
And I should absolve. I should be,
Right.
and He will absolve me of all of my sins,
Right.
and He will put
Yeah,
me
if
on the
you
righteous
repent.
path
Right.
to want to save as many lives as possible.
Right. If you
But
repent.
you don't want to save as many lives as possible.
Well,
with
I have
your
other
body.
reasons.
No, you have a choice.
I have other reasons.
You have a choice.
Yes, I have a choice.
You
there are
and
other
your reasons are to turn away from God
How do you
and
know?
not save as many
That's
lives
not
as
the
possible.
argument that I said.
Like that's what you want. You
It's
want
not the argument that I said.
that's the
I
argument
have
that you
multiple
said.
arguments against
but that's
being an
the
organ
crux.
donor.
You don't want to save lives.
I do want to.
No, you don't, because then you
How
would
do
be
you
an
know?
organ donor.
But I have other reasons not to want to be an organ
your
donor.
your reasons are irrelevant to what good could come from your organs.
Make the argument, please.
How many lives can be saved by your entire body when you pass on?
There's no way to know that.
There isn't. But what if it was
So
just
it could
one?
be zero.
But what if it was
It
one?
could also be zero.
But what if it was one?
And what if it involved murdering me?
What?
The medical establishment using my body for parts.
So what you're worried is about your own
I'm not
life
worried.
above everybody else's.
I'm not worried.
You're worried about you
not
being
worried.
murdered
Not worried.
to save lives, but then you don't think those lives are going to be saved either.
I'm not worried.
So which is it?
It's neither.
Which is
because
it?
I'm not worried.
Because you're not worried
Right.
because you've removed consent.
I'm not
You
worried.
removed consent to have your body be touched. But then again, if the medical establishment was going to murder you to harvest your organs, wouldn't they just do that without your consent?
Maybe.
Once you're dead, you don't know what's going to happen to your body.
But what if I'm still alive and they make me dead?
Well, even still, but so that can happen at any point in time. You could be picked up off the street right now, carted off to a warehouse somewhere, murdered, have your organs
That is true.
harvested,
But it's
and sold on the
highly
black
unlikely.
market.
It's a lot more likely if I'm already lying in a hospital bed being governed by doctors.
Right, but they can steal your organs regardless.
I know.
Once you're dead, it doesn't matter.
I don't really intend to go to the hospital much.
So you're not going to a hospital as a choice.
Much.
But that has nothing to do with you being an organ donor.
Well, it has something to do with it.
No, it doesn't, because if you got hit by a car right now,
Right.
if you accidentally wandered into that street and got hit by a car,
Yeah.
you're saying that the medical establishment has enough care to, if you were in a hospital bed, potentially murder you while
Right.
you were laying there.
Yeah, I don't trust
just
them
for
not
the
to.
explicit intent of harvesting your organs
Right,
that you
because they're
would have
expensive.
consented to
They're
give.
costly.
But you're not worried that they're just going to harvest your organs if something happens to you in the natural course of life.
There's legal obstacles to it if I don't consent to being an organ donor.
But if they're going to murder you to get them, then they don't care about those legal obstacles.
Well, sometimes they do. People care.
No, that's not how that works.
Yeah,
You
it is.
either care
People
about the
care
law or
about
you
legal
don't.
obstacles all the time.
Right,
That's
so-
why rapists don't rape as much as they want to, for example.
No, well,
Yeah.
people rape
Yeah,
as much as they
rape's
want to think
illegal,
they're
and
doing.
people sometimes just don't rape because it's illegal, right? Because they don't want to get caught, right?
White men
So
know
exactly.
that. What was that guy?
Oh, white men, okay.
Yeah.
Just generalize all white men. Go for it. Let's hear
It's
it.
not it's a statistical fact.
Okay, right.
That
Awesome.
the majority of sexual crimes are committed by straight white
Now
Christian men.
you're changing your
No,
argument.
you brought it up, not me. But anyways,
Well,
I digress. Let's go back
you
to
made
the
an
topic of
argument,
whether or
and then
not
you
you
cited
care.
an irrelevant
Let's
statistic.
go. Right, it's not irrelevant. It's FBI data. But let's go back to
So?
whether or not you think that
Statistic
being
for
an organ
different
donor,
questions.
we're talking about being an organ donor. Stop going off topic. We're talking about whether or not you actually care about saving lives.
So let's just
and I'm
tell you what,
saying
let me
that
grant it
it's
to you.
hypocritical
I
of
grant
you
it to
to
you.
be out here telling women what they should do
Okay.
with their body
Okay.
while you are actively
Okay.
removing the ability for people to live off of yours.
Okay.
And it's not because if we were going to steal your
You've
organs,
heard this. This is the seventh time you said this.
if we were going to steal your organs, well, you're out here just repeating the same thing over and over again yourself. So you're
Right.
not really one to talk.
But not
about
when I get into a
repetition.
deep conversation. I'd like to move it on and advance a bit. Could I grant you the point just for a moment and ask you why it matters?
Why
so
what
let's just
matters?
pretend that I'm
Yeah.
a hypocrite.
Okay.
How does that have any bearing on whether it's justifiable to murder children in the womb?
It's not about whether or not it's just followed mother
Okay.
term. It's a matter
Well, that's
of
what I'm talking
who
about.
are you to come out here and
Nobody.
tell people to do what
Nobody.
you are not willing to do yourself.
I'm nobody.
Okay.
So I grant you.
So then why are you out here, spreading
Because
intense
I love my
misinformation?
neighbor.
That is not a real picture of a real
Yeah,
baby.
it is. It's a real photograph.
That is not
Yeah,
a
it
real
is.
photograph.
Yeah, it is. Look it up.
Okay.
Do a Google image search if you dare.
I will.
Cool. And then I'd like to know, so let's just say that I'm a hypocrite. What does it matter?
Why?
Does it have any bearing on the justifiability of murdering babies in the womb?
So again, that is the way you're choosing intentional language that I disagree with. So
No.
because you call it murder, I call it a right to
That's
bodily
rhetoric. It's
autonomy.
rhetoric. Yeah, both are
It's
rhetoric.
Right.
Both are rhetoric.
Well, no, because you're saying that when a woman
Well,
removes
yes,
her
they're both
choice,
rhetoric.
when a person removes their choice to consent for their
That's
body,
rhetoric.
that the life that is not being saved by them giving
It's
that
rhetoric.
body is murder.
It's rhetoric.
So that's what you're saying.
Well, they took an action to remove
Right.
the child.
You took an
from the
action
only
to
place they
remove
could survive.
consent, so you are also a murderer.
I took an action. Who did I murder?
You are murdering everybody who could live, being gifted the gift of your organs.
Do you know what murder means? With malice aforethought, taking the life of an innocent person?
Yes.
Okay.
So you are
Neglecting to do
maliciously
it.
choosing, electing
not
to
malicious.
not save people. Yes, you are.
No, it's not.
Because you could be saving lives. You
Okay,
are making
grant-
an active,
let's just
conscious,
grant it.
malicious choice.
Okay, let's just
to
grant
not,
it.
To not
okay, grant.
save
So
lives.
I am a malicious hypocrite. Okay, let's
Yeah.
just grant that for the sake of argument. Now, how does that have any effect or relevance to the justifiability of terminating
So
pregnancies?
which one of these is the original source of this photograph? Because all I'm seeing
Probably the
is
Center for Bioethical Reform. If you go to abortionno.org.
okay. So
They took
that's
babies out of
that's a propagandist website. So I'm looking
You're a
for
propagandist.
I'm looking for a valid news source.
some
I'm looking
propaganda's
for a sourceable information. I'm looking for someone of authority who physically took the picture themselves.
Yeah, they took
So
it.
the original photo.
CBR ticket.
The original photo.
Yeah. They
was
took
taken
it
by
out.
them.
They took the baby out of a dumpster and took a photograph.
And
of
where
his body.
and where did they take the baby out of the
I believe it was
dumpster?
I don't remember actually where they took it.
So,
What do you think a baby aborted at 20 weeks would look like?
I don't care what a baby aborted at
I know
3
you don't
days
care.
before it's
I know you
born.
don't care.
A right to
That's the
bodily
point.
autonomy is a right to bodily
What
autonomy.
about the baby's bodily autonomy?
So again, what is the definition of bodily autonomy? Do you know?
Well,
Can you define it off the top of your head?
autonomy has to do with self-willing and volition, right?
No, it does not.
Oh, okay. Why don't you educate
So
me?
the right to bodily autonomy is the right to have full and complete control over your own body, as you do with your consent to being an organ
So
donor.
consent would have to do with volition and choice, right? Like I just said. So it sounds like we agree on what bodily autonomy is.
So
what
the right
about
to
the
bodily
baby's autonomy?
Well, okay, so let's slow down because you keep running over there.
Well, you keep saying bodily autonomy.
I'm right, but we're not.
There's
talking-
only one victim.
Baby, they're evil. They're not
no,
gonna
I know.
I love
turn.
Jesus.
They're not gonna turn.
I love Jesus.
They're evil. They're evil motherfuckers. They're evil.
Aren't you full of love?
Yeah.
You kiss your baby with that mouth.
So the right,
Woo.
the right to bodily
All right.
autonomy, right? So the right to bodily autonomy. I have full, complete control
Okay.
over my body.
Okay.
That means nobody gets to come in. Nobody,
Okay.
not a single soul on this earth gets to come in and take my heart, or take my liver, or take my kidneys,
Okay.
or take my brain, or my
Would
eyes,
you
or
mind
my
backing
skin.
up a tiny bit? You're making me uncomfortable
Am
with your
I?
proximity, yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You're making me uncomfortable with your proximity to this whole thing.
Okay, well, I didn't approach you. I just stood here.
Right.
you
No,
mind?
you did approach. You came here with these signs.
I was just
you
standing
you
here.
came in asking for people.
So that's a
you
no.
Wanted
So you won't back
this.
up?
You wanted. I'm giving you exactly what you wanted. You wanted.
I
the
don't want you
attention.
that close to me.
Yes, you do.
No,
You're
I
out
don't.
here. You want.
I
This.
prefer about 4 feet.
This is. You prefer? You should put up a. Where's the border?
No, I'm just
cannot
asking.
draw a border.
Now you don't even care about my bodily
I
autonomy,
don't.
my personal bubble.
Does it make you uncomfortable when people don't respect you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Well,
it
in
makes
this
you
particular way,
uncomfortable when people don't
when you
respect
approach
you.
me and you're acting
When
like this.
you approached, you asked
No, I didn't.
for.
I'm just standing here.
Exactly. You
Right.
came with your signs,
Right. To here, to the spot,
wanting
to
to the
stand here,
spot to get
stationary.
attention.
Well, that's true.
Right. You
Yeah.
wanted
but
the
I did not.
attention.
I haven't gotten in anybody's personal space. I just stand here.
But you want people in yours. You want them to come up.
I don't
you
want them
to
in my
talk
space.
To you. That woman.
I just wanna talk.
That woman was staying so close to you she could touch your daughter
Yeah,
earlier.
but she wasn't freaking out like you are.
Oh, I'm freaking out now.
Yes, you're very emotional.
Oh, interesting. I'm emotional.
Yes. You're controlled by your
Fascinating.
emotions.
Oh,
You're making
am I?
irrational arguments and statements left and right.
Oh, really? Which part was irrational?
All of them. They've all been irrational.
Specifically, which one?
No, all of them.
Specifically,
All
which
of them.
one?
All of them.
I love you. Bye.
All of them.
Specifically, which one?
No, all of them.
Which?
All
Can
of
you
them.
name one?
Yes.
Give me.
Okay, your claim to bodily autonomy
Okay.
is irrational.
How so?
I would like to ask you to prove that bodily autonomy is a right. Prove it.
Do you know what the definition of a proof is?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a degree in theoretical mathematics.
Awesome.
So a proof,
Should be easy for you then, yeah?
right?
Okay.
So a proof requires.
I just mean it in the colloquial mean.
Okay.
The colloquial way.
You mean in the colloquial way?
Yeah.
So what would you consider proof? Let's start with that. Let's
Convincing
define
deductive arguments.
convincing deductive
give
argument
me
that,
premises
that
and a conclusion
bodily
that follow.
autonomy is a right.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with what you believe. You believe in bodily autonomy. You believe in
No, I
your
don't.
you believe in your right to remove consent to access to your body. Yes.
Only in certain cases.
But that's it. That's all it
Only in
takes.
certain cases.
So bodily autonomy either is or it isn't.
But
you
it's
don't
not
get to
something
pick
that
and
I
choose.
possess by virtue of being a human.
Okay,
It's
so-
something
so-
that Jesus has granted in certain ways.
And so, okay, so you do not believe in bodily autonomy.
Right.
So you only believe in bodily autonomy for the things that you want it to apply to.
Well, that Jesus wants to apply to.
Okay, and where do we read what Jesus wants it to apply
the Bible.
to? Huh? The Bible?
Bible.
Okay, specifically, where does Jesus say it is okay to remove the right to donate your organs in the Bible? I will look it up. Quote, but what?
Where does Jesus? Well, no, we already granted that I'm a hypocrite and
Okay,
malicious.
okay.
Right? So that doesn't matter. The
Okay.
question now is that you're trying to evade is I would like you to prove that
Right.
bodily autonomy is a right.
But, okay, so the concept of bodily autonomy, the concept of bodily autonomy being a right.
You have appealed to it multiple times. Prove it's
Yes.
a right. Prove you have that right.
So
How do you know?
in mathematics, there are multiple ways to approach a proof.
This is ethics. Prove it.
Well, as the mathematical proof theory is built off of logic theory, which is used in philosophical and ethical moral debates.
Except for the
So
naturalistic
logic-
fallacy which you're committing or you're about to commit.
The logical approach is that there are multiple ways to prove something. You can prove it directly, you can prove it indirectly, and you can prove it through negation. So you can't find a direct approach, and you can't find indirect approach. You can prove through negation. So the negation would be to prove it's not a right. If I can't prove it's not a right, then thusly it must be a right.
If you you can't prove it's not a right, that
Yes.
means it must be a right?
That is a
That's not
logical
how it
truth.
works.
That's you can look that up.
I
It
can't
is
prove
a
there-
logical truth.
Okay, so if I can't prove there aren't unicorns, that means unicorns exist?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes. By pure logical argument, that
Okay.
would be true.
Okay.
That you must accept they exist because you can't prove they don't exist.
Okay. So,
You can look at it. It's a
all right,
logical rule.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Please prove to me that it doesn't exist, or please not prove that it does not exist or something. This should be interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can't prove.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to admit something. I cannot,
I know.
from start to finish, prove that the right to bodily autonomy is an inherent fact of existing.
I know.
But you
That's why I
also
asked.
can't prove that it's not.
Yeah, I can.
How?
By saying there's no evidence of it.
But that's a lack of evidence is not a proof.
Is it not? So you don't think that absence of
Where-
evidence is evidence of absence?
Okay. There's also no evidence that it's not a right.
Okay. I don't think rights exist. Can you prove that they exist?
Rights. No, you cannot
You
prove
can't.
rights exist.
Okay. So
Because
you don't know that rights exist, do you?
You don't. Right, and you also
Okay.
don't know that they do.
Okay.
So you
why
have
did you
to-
appeal to it?
So it's the way, and that is what we call an axiom. Why is 2 even?
Because that's tautological.
Right. Exactly.
That's the word even. But
Right.
that's semantics.
exactly. It's a
not the
definition
same
in
thing.
and of itself.
That's not the
right?
same thing.
It's
Because
what we call an axiom.
Moral
of-
duties have to do with oughtness
It's
and
what we
obligation.
call an axiom of truth.
Yeah, but it's not the same
Some
category.
things you must assume to be true
Okay.
to move forward.
Okay. I assume
So-
that your bodily autonomy does not exist. Can you
Okay.
prove me wrong?
Can you prove that it? Can you prove me wrong, and I'm me saying my bodily autonomy does exist,
No, but you can't prove it does.
and you can't prove it doesn't.
So it sounds like we're at a stalemate, right?
There you go.
Is there a way to know which of us is right?
There isn't.
Is there a way to know that anything is good or bad?
No.
Not at all.
No.
So there's not a way. So how do we know how to make laws?
We go off of what helps the most people.
How do you know that helping people is good?
We don't.
How do you know what it is to help somebody?
We don't.
How do you know what it is to benefit somebody?
We don't.
How do you know what's better for somebody than something else?
We don't.
Do you know anything about good or bad?
No. So
Okay.
all I can do is make my best judgment with the information available at the time.
What
I
information
think.
informs your question about the bodily autonomy thing?
The information that informs my question about the bodily autonomy thing is the fact that I believe, and I think that I don't want someone touching my body.
Why?
Right? Why would I want someone touching my body?
Why not?
Why would I want someone grabbing my arm and
Why
pulling
not?
me?
It doesn't matter,
Why
right?
would I want
It's
to
not bad.
Because that's my life.
But it's not bad, right?
But it negatively affects me.
What's negative?
Something that harms me, my
What is
person,
harm? How do you know that harm is bad?
because it hurts.
How do you know that hurting is bad?
Well, hurting, it doesn't have to be good or bad. It just has to hurt.
So it's not bad, right?
It might not be.
Okay, so it might be good.
It might be.
There's not a way to know,
There's
right?
no way to know.
Maybe
over
they're
the
doing
course
you
of
good when
time.
they grab you.
Maybe they are.
Maybe they're doing you good when you rape
grabbing me
you.
to pull me out of the way of a truck.
Right? Maybe they're grabbing you to rape you and they think that's good.
Maybe they are.
Is there a way to know?
There isn't.
So there's not, just to be clear, you
Yeah.
don't think there's a way to know whether it's good or bad that somebody rape you.
Right. In the grand scope of the universe, there is no way to know what is ultimately good or bad. There is only a way to know what is good or bad in this moment. And we judge that off of how it affects each person.
But you don't know how it affects you.
I know how it affects me.
But you don't know whether that's good or bad.
In the scheme of the universe, no, I don't.
Well, what about for you? Just like
It would be bad for me.
you dislike it, but
Yes.
is that the same as bad or good?
Well, we can observe the scientific impacts on the brain and the
Okay.
body and the nervous system, and we use that data to extrapolate on what we can perceive as good and bad. Things that reshape our brain to limit its function, things that our body recoils and negatively responds to after
Said
the
negatively
fact.
again.
I did say
That's
negatively.
begging the question.
No, it's
'Cause
not.
I asked you what negative is. You say you don't know.
Well, negative is the opposite of positive.
Well, what's positive?
What is positive?
Good, right?
Is it?
Is it beneficial and good? You said you don't know that. So you're appealing to the same concept that I'm asking you about.
Right.
So
but you're also not defining these things.
the recoil. Well, because let's just say because I'm
So
granting you your
observing-
worldview.
I'm observing I'm saying that we can scientifically observe the effect of certain stimuli
Okay.
on people.
So what?
And we can use that data to see how it has what science calls a deviation from normal.
Okay.
A negative and a positive deviation.
Okay. Well,
Right?
negative and positive. Now that's just an arbitrary assignment of terms, right?
That's on a number scale. Things go down, things go up. Negative and positive.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So we can observe slower motions in the nerves. We can observe slower motions in the brain. We can observe limited brain function.
Okay.
That is a negative scale. That's going away from normal. That's going away from full
But maybe that's
functioning.
good, right?
It could be.
Yeah, it could be good.
For all we know, that person could grow up to be the next Hitler.
Yeah, maybe pain,
Yeah.
maybe great pain is a good thing and
It could
beneficial,
be,
right?
but we don't know.
But we don't know, do we?
So we have to go off of the best available judgments that we have every day. That's all we can
on
do
what
as
basis
humans.
do you make those judgments?
Mostly off of science.
How
Mostly
does
off
science
of,
inform it?
off of what I observe as, if I don't want something to happen to me,
Yeah.
why would I want it to happen to someone else?
Maybe I want it. So what?
So you want to have someone come in and take your organs from you and give them
Maybe
to someone
maybe
else?
it's good.
Okay, then you should be an organ donor.
Maybe it's good.
Then you should be an
maybe
organ
I should.
donor. Yeah.
Do you know what the naturalistic fallacy is?
I do not.
It's the confusion of is and ought, which
Mm-hmm.
you have done about 1 million times so far.
I mean, you've done a pile of logical fallacies yourself.
Like what?
Like that's kind of the nature of being human, right? Is we're not perfect.
No.
This isn't a debate room.
I
We
avoid
didn't sit
fallacies all the
here
time.
and prep for this.
don't.
You know what I mean? We're gonna make fallacious statements in our arguments. We're
You haven't
human.
thought it through. I
I've
have. That's why I
thought
avoid
this
fallacious
through. I
statements.
have not thought this through. I came here to do compost shit today.
No, you haven't thought
I was
it
walking
through.
to
That's
go
why
through.
you make all these fallacies.
You want to know how much I thought through how I feel about bodily autonomy?
Why'd you commit the naturalistic fallacy over and over again?
What
You thought it
do
through
you
so
want to
much.
know how much I thought through my right to bodily
I'm
autonomy?
terrified to find out.
I got myself motherfucking spayed.
You got a what?
I got spayed. I had my tubes tied.
Okay.
I sterilized myself.
Probably good.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I should never have children.
Given where your mind is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to be miserable in a fallacy machine.
Why do you think I'm miserable?
It's obvious. Jesus can set you free from all of that.
You know, I was
But
born.
you've got to embrace.
I was raised
You
Catholic.
got to embrace the understanding. Catholic is horrible. You need to, you
Catholics
need to
are
understand
horrible.
the Word of God.
And what
says
is
that
what is
you
the
usurp
right
it.
what is the right Christian faith?
The Bible one.
Of course he does,
Bible.
Josh. Yeah, of course he does.
What are you talking about, Josh? You wouldn't know. You don't even know me. Does Jesus love Trump? He wouldn't answer that earlier.
Jesus doesn't love Trump.
He does not?
No.
Okay, I don't think he does either, actually. So
Trump,
we can converge
yeah.
on that. But he wouldn't answer that earlier. He avoided it.
Well, that's because
Just
he
like
thinks you're a
avoiding
Trump
the
supporter
naturalistic
because of
fallacy.
the. Well, again,
Because
I've
he
not
didn't read the
avoided-
hat, is that right? Because he didn't read?
Well,
He's like, tell you what, I'm not going to read your hat. I'm just going to assume things about the hat that I didn't read. It makes a lot of sense.
Puritans are pro-Trump too. It's
No, they're
not
not.
inherently.
No, they're not.
and
The Puritans
not-
would have strung
yeah.
Trump up for being a
Yeah.
pro-abortion, terrible tyrant. That's
Yeah.
why I like the Puritans.
But Trump isn't pro-abortion. He's trying to
Yes, he
remove
is.
abortion.
No, he's not. He's pro-abortion.
Interesting.
Have you not listened to his many statements about being pro-abortion explicitly and overtly?
I have, but then I saw him put it in a Supreme Court that removed the Roe v. Wade.
Roe v. Wade, the Dobbs decision made abortion more available. Do you realize abortion's more available in Oklahoma than it was before Dobbs?
No.
My daughter
it's
got
not.
abortion pills free in the mail. Yes,
Oh,
it is.
right, in the mail because you can mail it on a federal scale, but
Yeah, you can mail it.
can't get like abortion health care and abortion like from a doctor in the state of Oklahoma.
They're not doctors at Planned Parenthood. They're just like people who murder babies. Besides, you can drive
they're
out of state.
doctors.
You can
I
drive out
went
of
there
state.
for like they gave me low cost health care
Yeah,
for
I'm
like
not
the
surprised
first
to hear
like
you went there.
yeah.
You're participating in murder. You're participating.
Oh.
Participator. What's the word?
But you are also a
Participant.
participator in
That's the
murder
word.
because you're not an organ donor.
Well, we already established that I'm a malicious
right.
hypocrite. I granted
yeah.
that.
Okay.
So what we've seen so far is that you're not able. Well, actually, let me back up to the naturalistic
Yeah.
fallacy.
Okay. The
So-
is and ought. Can you
Yeah.
clarify that a little bit more for me,
So
please?
yes, the concept that was elaborated by philosopher David Hume, which I'm
Okay.
surprised you don't know about, is that things.
I don't. Yeah, you're right. I did one semester of philosophy, and then I realized it was full of a bunch of entitled white men who wanted to solve the world's problems without ever actually having strife.
Okay.
And I fucked off to math.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yet somehow you did not learn about the is-ought fallacy, which is only the most foundational question in philosophy.
I mean, we're talking. This is 20 years ago. I took a introduction to philosophy class.
I never took philosophy class,
I mean,
and
you
yet
want
it
to
stuck
know the
with
really
me.
interesting thing is about being human, and
Yeah,
the
tell
really
me.
interesting thing that mathematics teach you is to humble yourself in the face of knowledge,
Mm.
because you don't know anything in this world. You can never know the wealth of all knowledge. Every day you're going to encounter
Good call.
people who know so much more about a
Good call.
topic than you do.
True.
And when you approach any conversation with the mindset that you have the one true answer and that you know the specific thing, and anybody who doesn't know something that you know must somehow be lacking in some way, is a stance of egotism that is that there is no argument against. Because you could never be wrong, because you know David Hume, or Thume. It's
Yeah,
Thume,
Hume.
isn't it?
Hume, yeah. H-U-M-E,
Yeah, right? You know David Hume. I don't know David Hume. I should know David. Why should I know anything that you know? I'm not you. So the only way we can have true, real, honest conversations is by starting from the basis of assuming that anything that I have not told you, you do not know. And if I want you to understand me, I have to start from the very bottom, and I have to make sure that I explain everything as I see it, that we are on the same page on how words are defined and what knowledge we are using. Because otherwise we can do things like throw out, statements of the naturalistic fallacy and that's an gotcha moment, right? I gotcha.
was, but
you
yeah.
committed a naturalistic
did.
fallacy.
Yeah.
And now I have you. I have you trapped in a corner. But you don't have me because...
Yeah, I do, because you've committed the fallacy multiple times.
So what?
It's the foundation of your argument.
So what?
So what if a fallacy is the foundation of your argument?
The foundation of
Good
your
question.
argument is hypocrisy. So you don't have an argument either.
No, it's not. It's just you think that I'm a hypocrite in a particular way, but that doesn't have any bearing on my argument.
It actually does
The
have a bearing
argument
on your
isn't
argument.
hypocritical.
You are making a hypocritical argument.
No, the hypocrisy that you perceive is in me, but not in the argument.
Right. I care about you being out here.
Well, I care about the argument more.
Okay.
Okay. So
Well,
the
then-
argument is...
Then you cannot make the
something else.
argument until you're willing to reflect the argument. Because you don't truly believe in the argument.
Well, how do you know that I don't truly believe in it?
'Cause you're not an
It could be-
organ
It could
donor.
it could be an unintentional hypocrisy.
It's a fully intentional, and you're aware of the hypocrisy. You're still choosing to do it.
Okay. So,
So
but let me ask you about the hypocrisy thing.
Okay.
So you're not sure whether it's good or bad to rape you.
in the
right?
in the true scheme of the universe, there is no way to know what is truly good or bad.
All right. Now, what about
There's only a
for
way
me to be
to
a
know
hypocrite?
to assess it in this moment.
Okay. What about for me to be a hypocrite? Same question.
Same question.
So it's not necessarily good or bad. You
No.
don't know.
I don't know,
So-
and you don't know either.
So
you don't know.
you seem awfully sure that it's bad to be a hypocrite.
No, I think that in this moment, you have no place to make this argument until you're willing to reflect it.
Why? What makes you think that? What if I just want to, regardless of whether I have more like the logical justification?
I mean, that is
Is
your
it
right
bad?
of free will,
Is it
but
bad?
you're just not a Christian.
Is it bad?
You're just not a Christian.
Is it bad to not be a Christian?
It's not bad to not
Is
be a
it bad to
Christian.
hypocritically claim to be a
Doesn't-
Christian? So it's not bad, right?
It's not bad.
I mean, you couldn't say that it was bad to rape you,
right.
right?
But
Are you sure that you want to affirm a worldview where you can make literally no moral value judgments in this way?
I'm not affirming any world. What worldview am I affirming?
The worldview in which it's impossible to make moral value judgments in this way.
How am I affirming that?
So do you not affirm that?
How am I? What have I said that affirms it?
Well, because I've asked you things and you have affirmed things, so
How-
you're forming a worldview.
what
That's all I know of
things-
your worldview so far.
What things have I said that have affirmed that is my worldview?
Well, you believe in bodily autonomy, for example.
Okay.
And you also believe that there's not a way to know whether it's good or bad to rape you right now, which obviously I'm not going to do, but you couldn't make a statement about somebody else raping you, right?
And
Those are two important elements of your
You
worldview.
talked in universalities. Are we talking about this moment to me specifically?
I'm just asking. Well, sure. In any way that you choose to use the word good or bad, is it bad to rape you?
Well, see, so let's see. This is where I go back to we have to make sure that we understand, because I thought you were talking in the scheme of the universe.
Well, both.
In all the grand workings of the clock that is the world is what is good is bad. Who knows?
Who knows, right?
Who knows?
Nobody knows.
We don't know.
Yeah.
In this
Bodily
moment,
autonomy, hypocrisy, we don't know.
In this moment,
way to know.
I can tell you that if someone came and raped me, the impact it would have on my body and my psyche would destroy me.
Maybe
It
that's
would
good.
destroy me.
Maybe that's good.
Maybe
Is there a
it's
way
good.
to know?
Well, so now we go back to maybe it's good. So now we're talking about scheme.
Maybe it's bad.
Maybe in
Maybe
the
there's no
scheme
value.
it's bad.
Maybe there's no meaning.
In the scheme it's good. Maybe in the scheme it's bad.
What scheme?
The scheme of everything.
Okay.
Like not a scheme. The scheme.
Maybe it doesn't matter. Right?
Well, so we're going back to universalities now.
Okay.
Because for a second we were talking about specifics. So which is it? Are we talking specifics or are we talking universalities?
Why don't you tell me? Would it be bad for someone to rape you right now?
In which concept?
Either way, whichever you.
In the
whichever you think is
specifics,
easier
yes.
to talk
In the
about.
universality, I don't know.
Okay. In what way, specifically to you, is it bad?
It would affect my fear of being harmed. It would affect my ability
Hold on one
to
second.
trust
Let's just
others.
start with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Your fear of being. How do you know that it's bad specifically for you to be harmed?
How do I know it's bad specifically for me
To be harmed.
to be harmed?
Yeah.
Well, humans are animals.
Okay.
We have neurological and nerve endings. Those things create stimuli and responses. So the way in which my hindbrain interprets, and that's this bit right here. That's your little reptile brain there at the base of your stem. It's an actual part of your brain. I don't know if you know that. That's why I'm clarifying. I'm not talking about like a concept, but like the actual hindbrain, which is our little reptilian brain, that bit controls all of our basic instincts. It tells me to avoid harm.
So what? Maybe you should refuse to listen to it.
Some people do.
Okay, so specifically, how do you know it's bad?
That's how I know.
But all it did is tell you to avoid it. You didn't tell me whether that's good or bad. You just said avoid.
Well, right. You want to avoid things that are bad, things that will hurt you, things that will prevent you from living a full and fulfilling life.
Well,
those are bad things.
But specifically for you, maybe full and fulfilling is the complete opposite of what you think it is.
It could. That is a grand scheme question that we don't have answers to.
No, specific for you.
How
do you know what it is to live
tomorrow.
a full and fulfilling life?
I don't know. I'm figuring out every day at a time, like every other human on this planet.
Maybe getting raped repeatedly is the best way forward for you. Is it possible?
Who knows? I won't know till I'm dead.
Golly, who knows?
Who knows?
So you live in a universe, or you think that you live in a universe where you cannot tell a stranger like me that being raped repeatedly might not be the best thing for you. You don't know.
I can't tell it to you right now. I can tell you right now how that would affect me. But I have no idea how in 60 years when I'm laying on my deathbed.
You've appealed to brain function. That doesn't tell me good or bad. It just says
why does it
brain
not
function.
tell you good or bad?
Well, you have to prove that it has any entailment to good or bad. It's just brain function. It's just chemical reactions.
That's all we are.
If I crack open a can of Dr. Pepper, I don't think to ask, oh, it's fizzing, that's good or bad. I don't think to ask that.
Right.
It just fizzes, right?
So you don't care about good and bad. Nothing is good and bad to you either.
Not on your worldview.
But your worldview.
Well, but we're not on my worldview
Why
right now.
not? Why are we not? Because we're out here.
Well, okay.
This is your
if you want to talk
worldview
about my
right here.
worldview, we've
So you
talked
think
about
it's
yours
bad
enough.
to have abortions?
Yes.
You think that's bad?
Yes.
What makes it bad?
Jesus is Lord. He gets to tell us what to do.
Okay, so
this is my worldview.
Okay,
I'll defend my worldview for long.
So where in the Bible does Jesus tell me what I should think is good and bad?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire Bible.
Yes.
So the part about giving, Adam to the animals before God created Eve, or not that Bible? No. Which Bible specifically? The King James version of the
King
Bible?
James is fine.
The New Testament, the Old Testament.
Those are not Bibles. Those are parts of the Bible.
What do you think King James is?
It's a translation. You knew
So
that
something
right.
that's newer.
You knew that right.
Something that's newer and more edited is a translation.
What does edited mean?
Edited means somebody has gone in to modify.
Modify in what way?
Anyway,
Okay.
it does. We don't know,
Yes,
right?
you can improve translation. Well, yeah, you can know. Yes, and translations can be improved. Yes.
Translations can be improved, but
Yes.
those are all edits. At the end of the day, unless you're reading it in the original. It wasn't even originally in Latin, was it? What was it originally in? I forget.
Great question. Maybe you should consult your mobile brain to figure it out, since you know so much.
What was? Well, you don't know?
I know.
First Bible written.
But you're about to embark upon an attempted critique of the Bible. You don't even
That's
know
right.
anything about it.
I
You already misidentified the New Testament as a different Bible than the Old Testament, so that's already a strike against your knowledge. Like you plausibly don't know anything about this.
Okay, so what
I
was
would
the
just
original?
caution you against making all these
What was the
confident
original
assertions.
Bible written in?
The Old Testament was written mostly in Hebrew, some in Aramaic,
Okay.
and the New Testament in Koine Greek.
Right. And so you're saying that the New Testament and the Old Testament are not different,
They're different, but they're both part of the Bible.
and
They're
the King James is
both a translation into English,
of the full Bible,
right?
and it was translated off of what document?
Well, it's a bunch of documents, a bunch of manuscripts,
A bunch of manuscripts.
Yeah.
From where?
all over the place.
From all over the place.
Yeah.
We just collected a bunch of manuscripts from everywhere, said this is the word of God,
Right.
believe us.
Except for the last part, but yeah.
Why is it not belief?
Because it's evidence
From where?
from the manuscripts.
From the manuscripts. The manuscripts say this is the word of God. And you're
no,
like,
the manuscripts are copies of what the Word of God says.
okay.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, okay, I believe that.
Well, if we reject that, then we end up in a worldview where we don't know whether raping you repeatedly is good or bad.
in the scheme of it, no. But
Yeah,
right now,
exactly.
we can make a call.
Well, all you've said is that it would affect brain function in a way you dislike, which is not the same statement. It's not answering the question.
Yes, it is.
Well, no, it's not. It's a naturalistic fallacy. If you answer a question in a fallacious way, that's not an answer to a reasonable, logical question. I asked you a very straightforward question, and you answered with a
asked,
fallacy.
you asked a philosophical question. what
Yeah,
is good
so
or bad.
answer it with a non-fallacious
and then
answer.
You keep doing your own fallacy, wherein you keep changing the scope. You keep oscillating between in this moment and universalities.
I have specifically said to you specifically,
Yes.
and then you make an answer, but then
Right.
I point out to you that it's not a measure.
And then you ask, well, maybe that's a good thing for you over time, and that is
no,
a different
or even
question.
now, or even now.
Now it's a bad thing
How do you know?
because I know how it would affect me.
So what? What makes it bad? Just your dislike. What does that make it bad?
Can you give me so I can help understand where you're coming from? Can you give me an example of something that you think is bad and why you know it's bad?
Yeah, murdering babies is bad because Jesus told us not to.
So murdering babies is bad because a man told you not to.
Because God.
Because God told you not to.
God, who's the creator, has all authority, gets to tell us what to do in every respect and every way at all
And
times.
prove that God said that. No.
It's in the Bible.
Prove it. Prove
it's in the
that
Bible?
prove the Bible's the word of God.
Oh, well, the proof is that if you reject the Bible as the word of God, then
Yeah.
you end up in a worldview where you can't affirm whether raping you repeatedly is bad.
That's not proof the Bible is the word of
Yeah,
God.
it is. It's a transcendental proof.
It-
The competing worldviews result in absurdity. Only the Bible presents a coherent, consistent worldview. That's the argument.
that's an argument. That's not a proof.
Yeah, it's a proof. It's a proof and an argument.
It's
The
not.
argument
a proof.
is a true argument, a deductive one.
It's a self-referencing proof.
No, it's not. It's a transcendental argument.
It's a self-referencing proof.
No, it's not. You don't understand. You don't even know what self-referencing is.
You're saying that the Bible is the word of God
Right.
because to not follow the Bible would lead to chaos.
Would lead to absurdity.
Would lead to absurdity. D- What's wrong with absurdity?
Great question.
Is that bad?
Is it bad? No, nothing's bad.
Okay.
If everything's absurd, nothing's bad or good. And there's no way to know any moral value judgments of any kind, or rights, or ways to know any guidance about any question of any way.
But there are ways to know.
Like what?
Well, we can make determinations off of how things we observe the effect on people.
How do we know that that's good or bad effect?
What is it? How do we know that the word of God is good or bad?
Because it's self-authenticating for one thing, and also if you refuse to say that the Bible is the Word of God, then your worldview results in absurdity, where you can't make any
But
moral value
but we don't know
judgments.
if we don't know if that's good or bad.
No, we do know, because we start with Jesus. We don't end with Jesus.
But we don't know if absurd is good or bad. So we don't know if
Yeah.
accepting or rejecting the word of God is good or bad. So we don't know.
So you have to decide whether you want to start with Jesus or end in absurdity. Those are your
No,
choices.
that's your
What's
that's
the third?
your
okay, what's the
view.
third way then? What's the third way? What's the third way?
I'm sorry. I got distracted by
Sure, no
that
problem.
by that gentleman over there
Yeah.
telling me how I feel. I can.
You obviously hate him.
I don't hate.
It's not that it's bad.
I don't hate God. I don't hate
It's not that it's
anybody.
bad to hate anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like it just is,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
It's just a chemical
Yeah.
reaction
But
fizzing around in the brain, right?
You know, it's not
Isn't it?
really nice to tell other people what they think.
Is it
or
bad to be
feel.
nice,
Yeah.
or is it good to be nice?
I just want to.
Is it good to be nice?
I just want to say it's not.
Is it
really
good to be
polite
nice?
tell other people what
Is
they
it good to
think.
be nice?
Did I say I hate God?
Is it good to be nice?
Oh.
Yeah.
Who-
You
who-
perceive.
who
It sounds like
said-
you perceive
excuse
him
me,
as.
You said you wanted 4 feet of space.
No, it's okay. You said it was okay.
Yeah.
You obviously perceive him as the weaker party here because you've been
No,
destroyed
I
already.
know.
You'll
I
find
heard-
it's not the
I heard
case. He's actually better than I am.
Speak for me. You speak where he's at.
I was way over there.
How about you, man? Do you think that Jesus is Lord?
Jesus is
You think Jesus
is
the
Lord?
ghost and the Lord. And why don't you let me
Do you
answer?
believe in him?
The trifecta,
Okay, I know.
whatever.
The
Holy Spirit.
trifecta?
Yeah. Holy
So
Spirit,
then I
God.
don't have to worry.
The holy trifecta?
Don't you think though that if God
I like
was
it.
loving
You think
and
Jesus is the holy
kind,
trifecta,
that
do ya?
would take into our consideration what we did
They're all
with
the
our
same
lives
thing.
and
No, it's all the same entity.
How'd you come to that conclusion?
That's a shame you think that.
There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Other
I know what he did.
Christianity has a lot of similarities with other religions too, like Buddhism
And that's you in this life. I know what if God exists, then
And some
I know
key
what
differences
for me,
too, right?
I don't
and
think
have to say,
they're
Kinda
very
fucked up. you know,
what's it
like
called? Discerning?
You know, but
Destructive.
I just focus every day on
Everything
trying
just
to
is,
be
and you
kind
just
to my
gotta
neighbor
accept it and go with
and
it.
trying
So
to
like
be
rape,
helpful and
rape
supportive.
just is,
If
right?
it has
and
to
trying to
happen,
be there
it has
for
to
people.
happen.
Wow.
I just,
All right, so rape just has to happen, doesn't
You're
it?
not going to stop it.
I just
right?
don't
Okay.
think
You're not going to
that
stop
So I
white
shouldn't even try.
guys. You're not going to stop
that
Catholic
spreading
priests from
propaganda
raping
and
little
misinformation
So I
boys.
shouldn't even try, right?
You should stop them from raping.
I
little
should
boys.
stop.
Yeah.
But it's just going to happen. Just is.
It's
right?
going to happen,
And
yeah.
this
But if
is
you can stop it, you
the
should stop
reality.
it.
Is it
If
bad?
you feel like you're going to stop it, then
Why
you
should I stop it?
You don't. I'm not making you stop it. I'm
Okay.
saying if you feel like
I
you should
follow
stop
other
it, you
people
should
talk.
stop
What if I
it.
feel like I shouldn't?
Then don't.
Okay, and it's
You'll
okay?
fall in line with your party.
And it's okay?
Since you want to get political.
Is it bad?
You like protecting pedophiles.
Right, is that bad?
Whatever.
Is it bad to protect
I
pedophiles?
think it's bad. I think it's bad.
What
yes.
if somebody else thinks it's good? What if the Pope thinks it's good?
Then they're a bad person, aren't they?
According
Well,
to
I
you, what if he
they're
thinks you're bad? Is there a way
I
to know
went
who's
to get a
right?
I don't
coffee.
care. He has no
I really
control
did
over
walk
me.
this way because I want to get a coffee. I was having so much fun.
You guys
oh
love
my God.
controlling people, dude. Just
Is
get
it bad?
over
Is
it.
it bad to
So-
control people?
You guys are so
getting a
good.
phone case?
It's gonna happen, right? And I'm just telling you,
no,
I don't like
I never
it.
got
That's all.
one.
Does
And
that
then,
mean it's bad,
you know,
or
I
it's
love
just being
these
told?
flip phones,
Yeah.
but,
But what if it's
eventually
good?
at
There's no
some
holy
point-
What if somebody
law
else
that
likes
says
it?
it's bad. There's no law.
So there's no law,
I-
right? So we can't
yeah,
know
I
whether
drop
it's good or
all
bad to
the
rape
time, but that
people.
You're
doesn't
not
crack the
saying
screen.
anything. You're
The
just
folding
repeating what I'm
napkin.
saying.
I'm asking you a
Are trying to be
question.
like Shapiro or
You could try
something?
answering the question.
And then
Give it a try. Answer the
I guess
question.
one of those things
See how
is
it feels.
it's
You sound
so
like him. You got a little
freaking
voice,
fun.
too.
Try it on for
I don't
size.
waste
Try it on for
fun
size. Give it a try. Answer the
environment
question.
because, oh, I lost
Is it bad to rape
Here.
people?
Is it bad to rape people? I think it's bad.
So I just live with it. being
I have my
open,
morals.
you
They don't
know?
align. I don't know if they align
Like,
with any
yeah, that's
religion.
all.
I've never
That's all
really
it is.
tried to
But yeah,
identify
the
as
great
one
thing
religion
about
or
these is
another. I have
actually,
similarities
this is
with
pretty,
like all
this
of
is
them.
pretty,
Okay.
I mean,
secure.
You feel it's
And
bad.
then
Take me
this
from
actually
I feel it's
has
bad to it's bad.
So outside of like the metal on the case, like I
think it's
actually somehow
bad.
managed to
There's
chip
no
the
like
nail.
everything
The
is
metal,
this way.
but
It doesn't
other than
exist.
that, these things
It
are
does
like
not exist. You
dirty.
cannot give.
But anyways, that's what I was trying to say to him before he got into his trying to trip me up in the grand scheme of the universe thing. And that's all I'm saying is I think it's just a matter of, you know, yes, it is a sacrifice. Yes, it is a life that's being taken from this world. Is that good or bad? Why? Well, because the Bible tells us to. I mean, that's your right to believe, but that's not a definitive statement. That's your truth. And for you and your life and what you want, you have the full right to the expression of your faith. And I have the full right of expression of protecting what's inside of these skin cells. That's all. That's all I was trying to
when
say.
the kid and the wife came around, we all kind of chilled out.
Well,
Isn't that
actually,
weird
it
how
chilled
that
out
works?
because he chilled out, and
Yeah.
I actually got to have a very nice. I actually got we actually got to talk.
He's better with people than I am, so that's not
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you try and trap people in weird definitional arguments,
Yeah.
which is never going to work to a positive conversation. I saw that coming from a mile away, and I just blocked you on it because,
very friendly.
and then we ended up in a
You learn from it.
like that way. But
Probably- probably good.
Yeah, sure.
So I've seen videos, obviously, with people having interaction. Now, on your, would you describe yourself as progressive, Democrat, liberal?
Oh, I'm a horrid, dirty communist. Absolutely proud, absolutely proud. Maybe a little on the anarchy spectrum, even. I don't know. I'm not full like let's remove all structures and systems. I'm a structure girly. I love a spreadsheet. Like structure, organization, like that's how I vibe in this world. And I think that like I guess that's where my body understands this hard line. My skin, your skin, right? You don't get to say what happens in here. I don't get to say what happens in there, right? And,
Well, my question was,
yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
assume you believe white people can be racist, right?
I believe everybody can be racist.
Okay, so you
yeah.
believe minorities can be racist?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've met a lot of like
Yeah.
liberal people that believe minorities can't be racist.
Bias exists in humans of all times.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
I've heard that before. Yeah, I've heard
yeah.
people who are like, "Oh yeah, I'm Democrat," but these black security guards, it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Don't-
yeah, and it's no,
hard to
no. I
classify.
mean, there's a really cool. Harvard has these really cool implicit biases tests, which are really interesting in kind of helping you evaluate like where you stand on on gun issues, on race issues, on queer issues, on misogyny, on misandry. Hey, tell you guys also, horrid misandrist, hate men. Cool with that. That can go on YouTube. Hi YouTube. How you do?
Doesn't matter what you say. He's
You
gonna
know,
edit it to
I
make
know,
him look like
I
a
know,
hero.
right? I'm aware.
I actually,
Yeah.
after these videos, he doesn't edit them at all.
Yeah,
He plays it for
yeah,
them, actually.
yeah.
Can we have a link to it then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can give you links
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to write
Did
it
you hear
down, you
about
can.
the WNBA thing?
I don't have a card.
No, I
Right
don't
on
follow sports very. You know, and this goes back to what I was saying to him. It's like there's so much fucking information in this goddamn world. There's so much, like catching up on absolutely fucking everything that goes on. So what
That's
happened
the
with
point,
the
right?
WNBA?
Make it chaotic.
There's a former guy who played for the NBA,
Yeah.
and he just declared yesterday
Yeah.
that he's trans and he's declaring for the WNBA draft.
Cool. What's the point?
Like, are you guys for that?
I mean,
care.
I'm for people living their truth.
Yeah,
I
their life
think-
does not negatively affect me at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
They can do whatever they want.
Do you think it might affect the women he's going to play against?
I think that
Yeah,
people.
theory?
Well, you know, I think what he's talking about is like genetic advantages.
I know what he's saying.
Yeah, but I think people, who was that? Fucking the swimmer that got like 30 gold
Leah
medals.
Thomas?
No,
Michael Phelps?
Michael Phelps, right? You know, he had those unnaturally huge, like slightly webbed-toed
Yeah.
feet. Motherfucker had natural flippers. Are we gonna ban him from the Olympics because he has a genetic advantage? You know, there are. If we go through, and here's the real thing, and I don't know how much you guys, you know, believe in this, but it is. We have scientifically observed that there are a series of different chromosomal makeups, and that sometimes your hormones that you come out with at birth don't react properly to your chromosomal makeup. Sometimes you have an extra X. You know, you can be XXY. Sometimes, well, it's always extra X's, really, right? Or you can be XX, but then like the hormones don't switch on right, and you develop male genitalia. So I mean, like, my whole stance is like, look, unless we're actually going to go through and genetically test everyone's chromosomes and test all of their hormone levels and test absolutely everything about them to definitively scientifically say that they fall into the category of male or the category of female, then who am I to deny somebody their truth? And if someone wants to go and they want to change their entire hormonal makeup, they want to take estrogen, they want to take
Well,
testosterone.
he's not going to do any change at all. He's going
Right.
to stay like the regular system that he is.
Well, I haven't read the
Yes,
article,
it's
so I can't speak to that.
Well,
so
what
right,
way?
so
What way?
it's something I'll look into.
does cis even stand
Because, but then again, like maybe he's a male with lower testosterone and more estrogen.
He's a man.
He's like 6'11", 240 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's from Turkey, but he's a man.
Okay, so I mean, I'd have to look into that because I'm going to take your word for it right now. I mean, I would say that we would have to genetically test him to make sure that he is in some way like, you know, or a she, I should say she. You're tripping me up here. I believe in letting people live their truths, whether or not like that plays a role. I mean, I think women can beat men any day of the week. Honestly, that's what I think. I think let him play on a women's team. Why do we have gender teams anyways?
Okay.
Like, no, but like, why do we have gender
It
teams?
should be co-ed, actually. That would be great.
Right?
Yeah.
Like women outperform men in sports time
What was that
after
movie?
time.
Was it Starship Troopers? where
So
they had the co-ed
why would it
bathrooms?
matter if there's if he is genetically male, or if she is genetically male? It always takes me a second to correct my language. If she is genetically male and she is not going on hormone therapy and she is going to stay if she's a 240 pound 6'10",
Something like that.
you know, physique, entirely ripped out, towering over all the other players. I mean, I say bring on the challenge. Let the women show that they're good at it. Because more often than not, what we see when trans people compete in
Assistant.
sports,
Assistant.
when we see people,
100%.
trans people compete in sports, we don't see them ranking at the top of the charts. More often than not, when trans people compete, they rank somewhere low. So we don't really have anything to support that this barrier. If someone realizes, wakes up one morning and they're like, hey, I think I'm really a woman and I don't know how much I want to explore that right now, but I want to go play on a women's team. I mean, I say let them. I think the women are up to the challenge. I think they're up to the competition.
At least you're consistent.
You know, like that's what I think.
Can I shake your hand?
Yeah, sure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I look forward to seeing you on YouTube later. I'm gonna go get my coffee. I really was gonna go get a coffee. I don't know.
I think
We have that in common. I love coffee too.
That's all right.